So today you join us at Blasford Hill Carp Fishery in Chelmsford. We've got around 24-hour session ahead of us, and hopefully we'll manage to get one of the beauties that live within this lake. I'm joined by Louis and Ash, who's behind the camera. So Ash and his dad were here last night. We arrived this morning. But yeah, Ash and his dad were here last night. Ash unfortunately still hasn't had anything as of yet, but his dad managed I believe it was a 23 something mirror, lovely looking fish, which I'll put photos of towards the end of the video, and hopefully we'll be able to add to them as well. Now, there's been fish sort of boshing all over the place across all three of our swims. We've had the deeper out, we've had the marker float and everything out. So we've noticed that they're sort of swimming around in shoals and sort of up in the water, but they're jumping all over the place. So they're definitely feeding, and it's looking good for a bite. So yeah, hopefully one of us manage sank. If not all three of us, it'll be sort of the perfect way to end the session, really.
Yeah, and then out in my swim, we were looking on the deeper, and it seems to be the fish are around like the 2 to 3 foot mark, but some are feeding on the bottom. I mean, we have seen it fish boshing all over the place, but I've got a solid bag over to the island, and then one in open water, and then one just tucked down the margin. But on the open water and the island, they have been boshing over the top of that. But the middle, the left hand side rod, which is on the island, I decided to put that there because there was a fish bosh there, so I thought just put a solid bag on that and see what happens. Got enchanting powder in there, bit of spicy crab pellet, and hopefully that does do a bite, but only time will tell. That's all we've got to think about. If anything does happen, we can move it, but yeah, Jack's swim, it's got a few features, and then the channel going into the other part of the lake, which there has been fizzing on when we did arrive, so we saw that and we thought, might as well.
Yep, so I've got a rod on that, got a rod out in the middle, and then sort of one into sort of another opening as well, where we sort of found a deep patch where it goes from about 3-4 foot down to about 7 or 8 foot, so I got it sort of on the bottom of that ledge, so hopefully that'll provide a fish. To be honest, the weather hasn't been that great since we got here. It's been raining pretty much right through to now, hence why we've sort of started the video around midday, just because rain has been torrential. It's just like a mud bath over here, to be honest.
But I mean, the weather has kind of changed it in a way, because it was calm when we got here, then it started raining, and then after the rain stopped, all the pressure and bits like that changing, it has kind of turned it on a bit. I mean, the fish have started boshing and fizzing after the rain stopped, so maybe that has affected it. We'll just have to see. I mean, as Jack said in the start, we've got around 24 hours, maybe less, maybe more. We'll just have to see what the fishing's like. But yeah, hopefully we can nick one. Not bothered about the size, because the fish in here are absolutely beautiful, so just got to see what happens, and yeah, hopefully we can get one on the bank, even if it is just one of us.
So just down to the left hand side of my swim, I've sort of got like this little bay. As you can see, obviously the geese have moved in now, but all this stuff had just like sort of started to float up. Look, it's just done it just again, just there. Yeah, zoom in on that. The camera's not focusing, but every now and then, like all the silt and that is coming up from the bottom along with a few bubbles. So I reckon I sort of got a few carp just around here, down in this area. Just sort of investigating as such, so trying to stay as quiet as possible. I'm trickling little bits of bait in here and there, just trying to keep them down there, sort of make them think there's a bit of free food or etc. So I'm gonna, yeah, like I say, try keep them down there. And tonight I'm gonna put a rod on that down there, and you never know, it might just result in something. I also seen a couple bosh along that tree line at the back there. So yeah, I'm going to move one of my rods onto that in a minute, because right on the edge just here, one jumped first thing this morning when we got here, but then since then I've had a rod on that and nothing's come from it. It's sort of been right along the tree line at the back there, so as there's no one in either of them two swims, I'm just going to stick one on over there and just see what happens. But yeah, I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this spot down here. This is looking very promising. And at the moment I've just got it just round the other side of this bush, so it's not too far away from the spot, but obviously if the fish are down here and my bait's over there, I ain't going to catch it. So yeah, might just put one down there tonight, and then I sort of just got one out there in open water, sort of just where that slick is as such. I just put I've done a little mix of just like some cloudy glug, boilie crumb, etc, etc. There'd be a bit on the Instagram of that, Striking Baits Official, go and check that out. Yeah, so there'd be a bit on there of how I've done that mix, a bit of boiling water, etc. So yeah, but so like I said, I've got one there at the moment, one there, and then one sort of on the edge there. But I'm thinking of moving that one from there just down to here, and then the one on the edge there to over the back there, sort of based on what I've seen. So, but yeah, it's definitely, they're getting a lot more active now, so feeling very confident, that's for sure. So just to keep you in the loop, we had the deeper out. It's just starting to get dark now. But yeah, so I've got one sort of just off the end of this tree here on a Tutti Frutti Tiger Knot dumbbell wafter, and then all the way over the back there. That's where my middle rod sort of went off. So that's going to be that one spot for the night. So far I've only just put a single lemon pop up over there, but might have a walk around there or whatever and just trickle a little bit of bait in. But to be honest, there's a bit of bait over there from earlier on anyway. And then my right hand rod sort of just out in the open water there with a bit of mixer around it. But I've not really had much on that all day, so I'm thinking I might sort of change that up. But I have to see how things go. Might do my dinner first and then give it to a sort of just on dark, and if nothing's happened then I'll change that to a PVA bag and stick that out there. But yeah, definitely starting to get into like feeding mood now, so hopefully we'll end up with one in the end of it. So I've just got a call from Louis. He's into a fish, so just walking down to his swim now, just see him playing the fish. Ashley's helping him out, so fingers crossed he gets it in. And the rod ain't that long been out either. Just put his 6 foot down in the margin as well, and you can get him constant beeps on that. So yeah, hopefully he'll manage to get another one as well after this. There we are.
There we go, that's been the solid bag out all day.
Oh, my bad then, I thought he had just put this rod out, but
No, this one's been out all day.
yeah, been out there all day on the solid bag. Have a look at that. Do you want me to help you? Do you want a hand, Lou? He's in the net now. Look at that beauty.
Funny?
I'll touch base with you guys again once he's got it out on the bank. Well done, Lou.
Lovely. Can't complain with that.
No, definitely not. There you have it. £20 on the nose. Absolute beauty. Definitely one for the future. Just look at the belly on that. She's gorgeous.
It's, what time? 11 maybe?
Yeah, about 11 o'clock.
About 11 o'clock, fish washed over the top. Chucked a solid bag on there, left it since. Just about to reel it in actually to just fresh it up a bit. But yeah, this one absolutely whizzed off. So, can't complain with that.
There we are. Just letting her back now. Off she goes. Hopefully a few of the bigger ones will come along as well for tonight, and hopefully we'll all end up with one in the end. But yeah, so that was Louis' fish. Like I say, absolutely beautiful one that was. £20 on the nose. So yeah, well done Lou on that one, mate. But just walking back down to my swim now. While we were sorting that out, I had a couple of knocks on my middle rod, sort of like it went screamed for like a couple of seconds. By the time I got here, it sort of just like sort of just finished. So like the runner just sort of finished. So I've just left it, just sort of loosened the line back off on that in a second, and then yeah, fingers crossed that one scream off tonight. I just got that over the far margin where I saw him bushing earlier, but yeah, I'm definitely feeling confident, but at least one of us has caught now, and then obviously Ash's dad caught last night as well, so that's two. One for the tutti frutti tiger nut, second one on the spicy crab. Can't complain with that, that's for sure. So it's now about 6 o'clock, the Sunday morning, and just going down to see Lou, because I believe he's had another fish, so yeah, we'll get this out, weigh it, get a few photos and that, and then I'll keep you guys posted with, like, obviously what it looks like, etc. But yeah, unproductive night for me, unfortunately, besides the rain filling my shoes with puddles, but that's the joys of fishing, I suppose. There you have it. What a beauty she is. Look at that. I have to give it to them, the fish in here are absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. Spicy crab, solid bag doing it again, so might have to stick a rod on that now. But yeah, what a beauty she is. Look at that one.
Same as last night, straight up to the side of the island. Fish were washing over a little bit over in the night. Yeah, just topped that up after the bite yesterday evening. I thought, let's see what happens. Got to about 4 o'clock, just sitting there, seeing if I could hear anything, and yeah, screamed off like the other take. Yeah, hooked into this absolute beauty. Cannot complain at all. Two fish. It's been a bit difficult, but can't complain when they're looking like this.
And off she goes, there we go. So yeah, there you have it, that was Lou's fish. Like I say, £22 on the nose. What a beauty, absolute beauty. But yeah, I'm gonna just change over a couple of my rods now, especially sort of the one I had over to the back on Lemon Pop-Up. I had a fair few bleeps on that last night. I sort of like, line would go a bit tighter, but then nothing would come from it, so whether it was just like snagged or whatever, I'm not quite sure, to be honest. But that's, I'm going to bring that in, and then I'm just going to put that onto a PVA bag, and hopefully that'll manage a bite. Don't want to go on with another blank, but still got a few hours ahead of us, so fingers crossed we'll manage to put one on the bank as well.
Alright, so there we have it. Just arrived back at home, just packing all the gear away now. It was a shame that Ash and Jack didn't have a fish out, but that's how it goes now. I mean, I can't complain. 2 fish in 24 hours, both on solid bags, and yeah, really savage bites actually, to be honest. Yeah, pinged these straight out to the island, and that was doing the trick. So I had a bite, as you've seen, at 6 o'clock, then I had another one back then at about 4 o'clock this morning. But yeah, hasn't been too bad of a session. The weather's been a bit on and off, so yeah, I just changed the fishing a little bit, but apart from that, can't really complain. But yeah, all the stuff is currently being put away, and yeah, it's time to put all my stuff away, wait for the next session, and then we'll see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and then head over to www.strikingbaits.com to get your bait now.